There we go. I'm alive. Hey, how are we doing today? What a glorious day it is here in Australia. And I am happy to be back with you again for another live. I always try to bring messages that are uplifting and empowering, maybe even sometimes a bit controversial. I've been quite reserved in sharing my position on the state of play, let's just say, in the world over the last few years. Felt like it wasn't really my place, felt like it would probably upset a few people. And I wondered, what was the point in all of that? Also didn't want my channel to get cancelled. But after some pushback the other day doing a live, I thought, you know what? I'm not holding back anymore. I'm not going to stay silent anymore. I'm going to speak out where I feel it's appropriate. Oh, I've got a thing on my shirt. And some hair. Oh, goodness. Oh, that one's attached. All right. Yes, I look a bit disheveled. But anyway, how are we all today? Today, I am talking about spreading love, not hurt. Why have I felt inspired to spread this message today? Well, we are moving into a new earth paradigm. We are shifting into a new age. Believe it or not, regardless of how you see the world right now, we are transitioning into a time of love, of peace. And it's not going to happen overnight. We have been through hundreds, if not thousands of years of darkness. As beautiful as this planet is, and we have heaven on earth is already here. All you have to do is go to a park and observe the trees or walk in the bush and see nature. And yes, nature can be cruel. It's not all peace, love, and light out in nature either. But this magnificent planet, which we have not yet, with our limited access to technology and our limited view of the cosmos. I mean, the universe is just, for all we know, it's infinite. It seems infinite. It seems like there is no end to this incredible universe. There are apparently trillions of stars out there, and we have one star that lights our planet, that allows our planet, and we are perfectly positioned. Like, think of this magic and this miracle just for a moment before I get to my real topic. Sidebar. This planet is perfectly positioned at the perfect distance from a star that is just the right size, and we orbit this sun. And I'm not a flat earther, by the way. Don't even go there. We orbit this beautiful sun that lights our planet, and it is the lifeblood of our planet. For all the people demonize the sun, and the solar flares and how the solar flares affect our planet. And our atmosphere is perfectly created to filter the light and the UV rays so we get just enough. I mean, how magical is all of that? And as far as we know, we have not found another planet like it, not in our solar system. And yes, we have limited technology at this point, and I'm pretty damn sure there's other existence. There is life out there that is far more advanced than ours. Far more advanced. And I think that they're assisting us on the planet right now. But I digress. Just the fact that we have heaven here on earth, and it's all how we view it. It's all how we look at it. So I was inspired today to do this live because of an interaction that I had on social media this morning. And social media, I find, can be very entertaining. It can also be quite toxic. There's a lot of toxic energy that is poured into social media. And I try to not let it impact me and affect me or the way I interact on social media, but sometimes I don't succeed. And yesterday was one such time. And I had this interaction online, and I'm observing how I'm responding to this person. And this person was quite toxic and quite vile. And I'm reserved, but I'm responding in a reactive way. And I can feel it in my body. I can feel that reactivity, and I can get quite combative. And then I took a step back and I went, look at yourself. What are you doing? What is this about? Why are you so reactive to this person? Believe me, they were not nice. And then I realized it's this little 5-year-old girl inside of me that is still hurt, that after all the work that I've done, that is still hurt, that is still wounded from the bullying. So I was bullied at school and from a very young age, not physically, just mentally and emotionally. And being an empath, being a very sensitive child, someone called me a wuss. I was a very sensitive child. And one person started the bullying, and then other people piled on. And I was very bright at school, and I ended up going from top in the class to very average because I just wanted to hide away. It was, and I think that's why I was picked on. I was picked on because I was top of the class. So I deliberately dumbed myself down to try and hide away. And I was 6 when all this started, right? I was 8 when my mum took me out of that school. And I've done a lot of work on the bullying and the hurt and how that impacted me. So as such a small child, I couldn't process it. I couldn't understand. I didn't have the understanding that I have now of why these children were so mean to me. They were just mean. Every chance they got, they were just mean to me. And now as an adult, later, I have the capacity to themselves. And for whatever reason they saw me as a threat. Maybe it's because I was a light worker in their midst. They didn't understand this. But maybe that they saw that I was a light worker in their midst, and for whatever reason they felt threatened by that. Maybe it was because I was the top of the class and they just wanted to bring me down. I don't think I was precocious and obnoxious, but I might have been. It's a lot of years ago. Maybe I attracted it for that reason. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly why they attacked me the way they did. It was daily. And getting back to this social media interaction, I took a step back and I went, you are responding from this position of hurt. And this person who you are responding to is commenting from a position of hurt, from a position of pain. And I honestly believe that every person, even those who have sold their souls to the devil, I believe in every person there is a light. We all come from source. We all come from the divine. We are all an extension of source energy. Some have lost their way. Some have sold their souls to the devil, and they've done a deal with the devil. but they still have that light inside of them. We all have this light inside of us. So I deleted some of my comments. As I said, I can get combative and I can be a bit of a smart ass. I'm careful not to be downright cruel and nasty, but yeah, I take the piss. Australians take the piss, which is a sarcasm. It's a very cutting kind of sense of humor. It's one of the lowest senses of humor is sarcasm. And I can get a bit sarcastic. So I stepped back and I started to respond from a place of love. And I sent this person a message just saying, I'm going to send you love from this point forward because clearly you need it. And I could see how this person was just spewing vile stuff. I'm not going to call it hate. I'm calling it hurt. How about we get rid of the word hate and we start seeing it as hurt? Because if we see it as hurt, if we see people responding or acting out in a way that it is just their wounded side of themselves that is acting out in the world, and I think we all do it. There's somebody who I admire in the healing world, in the personal development world. His name is Christian Michelson. I did some of his courses. I flew to the United States specifically to go to one of his events. I think he's a beautiful human being. And he does something called instant miracle technique, which I went to the United States to actually get tuned into instant miracle technique. It's an energy transfer. And I do the energy transfer with my clients. And he said during the event while I was over there, he has this thing. I'm going to drop the F-bomb just so you know. He says, we're all fucked up. And it's true. We are all, to different extents, we're all fucked up. And we've all had hurt and pain in our lives. We've all experienced abuse to some to a greater extent than others. We've all felt abandoned and alone. And we've all felt betrayed and bullied. Every single one of us has had this to some extent or other. None of us has escaped that on this planet. And I see people online responding from that hurt place. And I recognize that in me today. And as soon as I started I sent this guy this message of love. And I didn't say I'm going to pray for you. I'm not Christian, not anymore. I was brought up Catholic. But I feel sometimes like people use that message, I'm going to pray for you. Sometimes they use it in a way that is not necessarily coming from a place of love. But I did say, I'm going to send you love. Sending you love. And may you find peace within yourself. Said, I see you. I know that you're hurting. We're all hurting. This planet, and this existence and the direction that humanity has gone in, it causes a lot of pain for a lot of people. People are struggling. Many people are struggling. And the way that we perpetuate that is if we continue to react from a place of hurt. We need to find it within ourselves to be more loving. Even when people are lashing out at you, don't react. Send love. Yeah, it's all this peace, love, and light shit. But you know what? That is the future. We get to create our future. There is enormous disruption happening on the planet right now. And as chaotic and as existential as it might appear, this is the transition. We have been in dark times for thousands of years. The awful atrocities that are happening in the world right now have been happening for thousands of years. It's actually not new. But we now have access to more information than ever before. So we're seeing it. It is right in our faces. And the major disruption that is happening, what is it doing? I've said for particularly on Facebook, I was much more vocal on Facebook about the PSYOP that's been happening the last 5 years. And basically, this is stirring up. It's like when you get into a still pond and there's all this muck on the bottom because all the muck settles to the bottom. And you get into the pond and you stir up the muck from the bottom and it comes to the surface. That's what's happening right now. All the muck is being stirred up so we can see it. All the darkness is being exposed to the light. And those who have ruled over the darkness on this planet are now being exposed. Make no mistake. And whatever position you take in relation to what's happening right now, ultimately, God is in charge. Well, I'm not Christian, but God, Source, Spirit is in charge. There are many healers, light workers who have worked for many, 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 many generations, over centuries, to get humanity, to get our planet to this point where we can make this shift into the fifth dimension. And that is what is happening right now. So it doesn't matter what position you take as to what's happening. This is the disruption that is necessary for our planet and humanity to evolve. Now, I also believe that we are on particular specific timelines, and each of us have chosen our timelines. So whatever timeline you're on is whatever you will experience over the next few decades. And ultimately, this separation of the timelines will get to a point where we won't even be able to see the other timeline. So there are those of us who are traveling into the fifth dimension, and there are those who may remain behind in the third dimensional reality. Now, I know which timeline I'd like to be on. Thank you very much. So emotionally, I am actually distancing myself from everything that's going on. I'm not being drawn into the drama. Don't get drawn into the drama. I am exceptionally interested in what's going on, and I'm excited to see what's unfolding. But I'm not getting drawn into the drama emotionally. I know it's all perfect. And what I choose to do from this point forward is I am choosing to create my own world and the future of the planet that we live in from a place of love, light, peace, harmony, balance, compassion. It is my intention to expand the light, continue to expand myself, and continue to expand the light, and continue to bring more light. Everything that I do now, everything that I have done in the past, it has been my intention to spread more love and light. But like a fallen angel, I ain't perfect. I get it wrong. And sometimes I'm not even aware that I'm getting it wrong. And I get drawn into the drama. But the more we are self-aware, the more we are conscious about being the conduits and the spreaders of love and light and peace and harmony and balance, the more we show humanity how they can love themselves and love each other, the more we unite in that quest, the better our world gets, the more prosperous our world gets, the more abundant everybody is. Abundance is already there for you. Abundance, prosperity, wealth, riches beyond your wildest dreams are all waiting for you. It's all in here. That frequency of abundance and prosperity, it's not out there, it's in here. It's the expansion. It's up to you to foster that frequency at all times. I'm actually working on a new healing process right now, and it is profound. It's kind of like a little bit of a combination of a lot of the things that I've learned along the way. And I have found using it for myself, I'm about to do a free watch this space, because I haven't set it up yet, but I'm about to do a free event where I share this new profound healing. My intention is to help people to, because you do your own healing. Nobody else does the healing for you. You can go to a healer who will help to facilitate a healing, but you have to receive the healing. And in actual fact, you are your own healer, and you can heal anything and everything from this lifetime, from past lifetimes. There is nothing that you cannot heal. And at this time of great awakening, and yes, it is an amazing time. I'm kind of obsessed with American politics right now. I don't get drawn into the drama, but oh my goodness, everything is moving so fast, and I'm watching it unfold. I'm going, wow, 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 wow. It's all very third dimensional, by the way. But this is the transition. That's so cool. I love that. This is the transition. We're observing this unfold in the third dimension because we're observing all the lies, all the deception be revealed. The light is pouring into the planet, and the darkness can no longer exist in the crevices, in the cracks, unseen. All the darkness is being exposed. All the lies, all the deception are being exposed in real time. And there are facilitators. We are all here to play our roles in this. So if you're freaking out right now because you're listening to the mainstream propaganda, it's all propaganda, by the way, then take a step back. Take a step back and take a breath. This is all perfect. It's all divine. Is there pain involved? Absolutely. There is. God, there's so much pain. There is so much pain in this planet. But that's not new. That's not new. That's been here for thousands of years. But there have been perpetrators who have deliberately visited pain upon people. But now it is up to us to heal that pain within us, because as within, so without. If we don't heal that pain within us, then how on earth can we help to heal the pain of others? How on earth can we help to heal the pain of the rest of the planet? There is a pain body, and that is Eckhart Tolle. He talks about the pain body. And there is a massive pain body in the collective consciousness, massive, that has been perpetuated lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. because we bring it with us from past lifetimes. We also bring it with us from our ancestors, because it is all one. But as we heal the pain body within, we are able to heal the pain body of the planet. Think about that. As you heal the pain body within, you get to help to heal the pain body of the planet. It is a ripple effect. Times are changing fast. The dam wall is breaking. And very soon, anybody who is still under the delusion of the psyops will no longer be able to deny the truth of our previous existence. It is the collapse of the matrix. We are witnessing the collapse of the matrix, the collapse of the establishment in real time, and nothing can stop it now. Nothing can stop it now, which is exciting. And yes, there will be chaos, and there will be a lot of people fighting back. There's a lot of people who are, their cushy lives that have been built on corruption are not going to be so cushy anymore. And they want to protect that at all costs. They're desperate to protect their cushy lives that they have built on the corruption, government in particular. And that's why I'm smiling, because it's like, oh my goodness. Never thought that I would get to see it at this level. For many years, I'm like, oh my God, this is just, it's too big. The machine is so big. How are we ever going to expose the machine for what it is? Which the machine, by the way, is a parasite. I keep coming back to The Matrix, the series of movies, The Matrix, where people are plugged in via the connection in the back of the head. It's quite painful to think about it, but it was a direct commentary. I can't think of the right word, but it was a parallel depiction of our existence, the movie The Matrix. And it's so funny. I've got to share with you the interaction I had with ChatGPT the other day, because I was having this chat with ChatGPT, and at one point he went, oh, well, this is the way it responded. Oh, well, that's an interesting look at the movie The Matrix. And then it actually explored what I had said and came to the same conclusion. It was quite amazing, actually. But when Neo, which stands for neocortex, which is the frontal lobe of the brain, I think, but it's the consciousness. Neocortex is the consciousness. It's the conscious connection. So the name Neo was short for neocortex. And ChatGPT was saying it was an anagram of the word one. I thought, well, I'd never thought of that. But when I presented this to ChatGPT, it went, oh, well, yeah, actually that makes sense. So I didn't make that up, by the way. I got that from somebody else. But when you unplug from the psyop, from the holographic projection, you start to see that everybody is plugged into this machine that is feeding off humanity. And that's what this machine is. It is the education system. It is the so-called health system. I call it the sickness system, which is parasitic in nature. I mean, it profits from sickness. So it is deliberately set up to cause more sickness because it is a self-fulfilling beast. It feeds itself off the pain and the suffering that it causes in humanity. Don't shoot the messenger. Once you start diving into this and to see it being exposed for what it is, alla freaking Lulia, man, that makes my heart sing. And believe me, you ain't seen nothing yet. When they're ripping back the curtain in America, and it is going to get super ugly. the revelations that are going to come out from what's happening in the United States is going to blow people's minds. It's going to be quite disturbing for a lot of people. It's going to be very hard to accept psychologically for a lot of people. So buckle up, because we ain't out of the woods yet. The storm waters are building. All our entertainment systems, our media, all of it. Oh, my connection is unstable. I'm back. All of these systems are parasitic in nature. They are built to actually feed off of humanity. The other movie that comes to mind is, I love these movies. What were they? They were cartoon series. Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. Fabulous movies, very entertaining. But think about it. The original version, they used to elicit screams from the children, and they would take those screams and they would use that as energy. So the monsters would go into the child's bedroom and, scare the living daylights out of them. The children would scream. The energy of that scream would get sucked through the portal into these containers, these storage containers, and be used as energy. Again, like, they've been telling us at every step. The Hunger Games. Poor man, I've never watched the series, but the amount of times I have seen direct correlations portrayed between the story of the Hunger Games and the story of our existence is quite incredible. And the other one that I love is Divergent. That series, man, such a reflection on our existence. Go back, if you haven't seen this, go back and watch those series and see how they're basically telling us what they're doing at every step of the way. Apparently, the agreement is, as long as they tell us, they can do whatever they want to us. They, meaning the dark entities that are on this planet, and they are using those who have sold their souls to the dark side. Think Star Wars. another it's all analogy, really. But you know what? In the end, the light always wins. Even in those movies, the light always wins. No matter how strong the dark forces are, the light always wins. So I kind of went in directions that I wasn't intending to go today. Predictive programming is totally real. You are so right, gracious love. You are so right. I actually didn't know what predictive programming was until a few years ago. I just thought they were fun movies. Like, how could I be so asleep? It wasn't until The Matrix, I realized The Matrix, the series The Matrix, I probably woke up to that about 12 or 13 years ago. How old is The Matrix? Didn't realize it immediately, but my awakening was kind of about a year after The Matrix came out. It was at the same time as The Secret and What the Bleep Do We Know. That was kind of like, I was so plugged into the system. I had colleagues around me who were so far ahead of me. And I was just like, still plugged into The Matrix. And this psyop that has been happening over the last 5 years has been a force that has forced more and more and more people to awaken. This is kind of like, it was the psyop we had to have. And I keep hanging on to this statement that I found a few years ago, that is, evil contains within it the seed of its own destruction. And I'll keep repeating that in my videos, because every time I see something awful, I come back to that. And you know what? For all the souls, oh my goodness, for all the souls that I think about who are enduring such unbelievable pain and suffering on this planet right now, my heart breaks. The children who have been trafficked, millions of them. The women who have been abused and are still being abused. My heart breaks for them. Those in countries, you know, I sometimes look at some of the countries and I respect cultural differences, but geez, some of their practices are just abominable, barbaric. They inflict, as part of their culture, they accept inflicting pain on others, and it's perfectly acceptable. It's not up to me to impose my ideals on any of them. All I can do is hold the light. All I can do is heal my own pain. All I can do is build my own self-awareness and assure as much as possible, according to my own consciousness and my own self-awareness. Still got a long time way to go. Still got an effing long way to go in my own consciousness and awareness. And fortunately for me, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are way ahead of me on that journey, because I can walk in their footsteps. But building that self-awareness and acknowledging my role in all of this and how I play the game moving forward. It's all a game. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah, there's a lot of serious shit going down and there's a lot of people in pain, but we don't heal that pain by jumping in the vat with them. We heal the pain by healing our own pain and bringing the light and expanding and bringing the light. The more light we bring to the planet, the less pain there is on this planet. The only way to heal that pain is to expose it to the light. And now that pain is not hidden. It is in full view for those who are willing to see it. The corruption is in full view for those who are willing to see it. The lies and the deception that has been perpetuated by the government, by the media, by the machine, that is all a part of the machine. That is how we win this spiritual war. And we are in a war. We uphold our end of the bargain. We spread love and light wherever we can. We stop reacting from that hurt place inside of us. We all have it. I'm going to leave you there. I love you so much. I love that we're on this journey together. Heal that place inside of you. Heal that wounded child. Heal the hurt. Not always an easy task. But as you focus on it, as you bring into the light, the darkness will dissolve. It will. It has to. It can't remain in the light. It can't stay in the light. Gracious love, I am actually not really on Facebook anymore. So I know that within my the Wealth Consciousness Movement, I say go and join the Facebook group. Yeah, I'm not really in there anymore. So I probably need to change all of that. And that's a process to take all of that out. So don't worry too much about the Facebook group. There'll be other communities that I will be building off Facebook. movement.com. You get full access for anybody who's not in my Wealth Consciousness Movement community. You get full access to lots of free videos and healing videos and ways to shift your consciousness and ways to build wealth and prosperity. All that stuff is in the Wealth Consciousness Movement. So you can go there. The link is in the description. And I love you loads. I'm going to leave you there. Have an amazing, fabulous day. Mwah! Bye for now.